Okay, so let's jump right in. The world of cybersecurity is, well, it's facing a massive challenge right now. The threats are getting smarter, the amount of data is just exploding, and honestly, the defenders are stretched pretty thin. This whole situation is setting the stage for a totally new kind of ally in the fight. You know, the problem we're up against isn't just one single thing. It's more like a war on two fronts. On one side, we've got a huge shortage of skilled people. And on the other, there's this overwhelming flood of data and alerts that really no human team could ever hope to sort through by themselves. And to get a sense of just how big that talent gap is, just look at this number, 500,000. That's how many open cybersecurity jobs there are in the United States right now. That isn't just a small gap, it's a massive vulnerability in our entire digital infrastructure. And this really gets to the heart of that second crisis. Because even if we could just snap our fingers and fill all those jobs tomorrow, the sheer volume of data is so immense that humans, on their own, would still be completely outmatched. So you see, the problem isn't just about manpower, it's about dealing with data on a machine scale. So, if hiring more people isn't the whole answer, then what is? Well, this is where a new kind of technology comes into play, the AI agent. And I want you to think of it not as a replacement for human experts, but as a powerful force multiplier, something designed to make them even better at their jobs. Let's really break down the difference here. Traditional security, it's all about rigid, static rules. If an attack doesn't perfectly match a known signature, it can slip right through. It needs constant manual updates to keep up. But AI agents, they're a whole different ballgame. They're dynamic. They can actually reason, learn as they go, and understand context, adapting to brand new threats in real time. So what exactly is an AI agent in this world? Well, at its core, it's a system built on a large language model. You know, the same kind of tech behind tools like ChatGPT. But the key is that it can autonomously make decisions. It doesn't just follow a pre-written script. It actively interacts with its environment, it queries tools, and it decides the next best action, kind of like a human analyst would. And the impact of this is, well, it's just staggering. We're seeing cases where complex investigations, the kind that would take a human analyst 3 hours of painstaking work, digging through logs, trying to connect the dots, can now be done by an AI agent in as little as 3 minutes. I mean, that is an absolute game changer for efficiency. All right, so that's the theory, but what does an AI agent actually do on a day-to-day basis? Let's take a look at how this all plays out in a real security operations center. So one of the biggest headaches for any security analyst is something called alert fatigue. They just get buried in notifications. Now here's how an agent just cuts right through that noise. It might look at, say, 50 different low-level alerts and instantly see that they aren't 50 separate problems at all. Nope, they're all just small pieces of a single coordinated attack. The agent intelligently groups all that chaos into one single actionable incident. And their skills are incredibly versatile. With phishing, they go way beyond simple filters. They can analyze subtle things like a fake sense of urgency or an unusual writing style. When it comes to malware, an agent can act like a junior reverse engineer, which is a great way to put it. It takes this malicious code and explains what it does in plain English. And maybe most importantly, during an active incident, it can quickly answer the two questions that matter most. How am I affected and how bad is it? Okay, now this all sounds pretty incredible, but it's not magic. And deploying a tool this powerful comes with some serious risks that absolutely have to be managed. We have to be just as smart about putting up the guardrails as we are about building the technology itself. Which brings us to the really crucial question, right? With a system that can basically think and act for itself, how much trust is too much? Can we ever just let it run the whole show on its own? Here are the big dangers we really need to watch out for. First, hallucinations. That's when the AI just makes things up, confidently telling you something that is completely wrong. Second, adversarial manipulation. This is where an attacker actually tricks the AI by hiding a malicious command inside an email or a log file. Then you have your classic false positives. And maybe the most dangerous one is something called analyst overfitting. That's where the human expert starts to blindly trust whatever the AI says without questioning it. So the mantra, the golden rule for working with AI agents has to be this: trust but verify. It's all about maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism. The AI is an amazing assistant, but it's there to assist human thinking, not replace it entirely. Because when we get these risks managed correctly, what we see emerge is a new, really powerful model for cybersecurity. It's a true partnership. One where the unique strengths of both the human and the machine are combined to get the best possible result. So what does that partnership actually look like? Well, it's a workflow just like this one. The agent automates all the tedious, time-consuming stuff. It collects the data, enriches it, correlates it, ranks the threats, and even recommends what to do next. You see what happened? The agent does all the legwork, presenting this clean, documented case so the human analyst can focus their brain power on the high-level, strategic decisions. And ultimately, it all comes back to this one core idea. This technology is all about augmenting, not replacing. It's about taking the incredible speed and pattern recognition of a machine and pairing it with the intuition, the experience, and the critical thinking that only a human expert can bring. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. When you consider the massive shortage of experts and the fact that threats and data are growing exponentially, you really have to ask, is this kind of deep, collaborative, human-AI partnership not just a cool idea, but maybe our only realistic path forward to stay ahead of the game?